Peace, everybody. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so. It's bringing out everything that is classic cars and hot rods to your screen at home. All right, everybody, welcome to Runner's Radar. Now, here is a treat for you lot at home. I had heard about vintage parts of Arizona, but here I am at the shop. We're going to take a look inside, find out exactly what they're selling, and I've convinced Jake to come and give me a little shop tour as well. Jake, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you so much for your time and accommodating me, but I have heard a lot, so I'm excited.
It's a good time, it's fun, and cars are pretty awesome, so we like
love
to
the
do.
classics, and you've got all classic parts.
A lot of GM and Ford primarily, but we cater to a lot of the guys doing custom stuff and helping out where we can, so.
Okay, well, let's go in.
Very cool.
Check this out, everybody. I think the decor in here alone is a reason why people need to come in and pay the shop a visit. Got things hanging from the ceiling, there's stuff on the walls. All right, where are we going to start? So, everything here, besides the body. I mean, engines as well?
Engine transmission is kind of the one thing that we don't really touch just because there's so many variables out there, but try to get a lot more of the restoration aspect of it, suspension, brakes, a lot of interior stuff, air conditioning.
And a lot of the smaller stuff as well. I mean, the first vibe that I got in here is the stuff that people are out there looking at the swap meets.
Right.
The small little pieces that they just needed to complete that build.
For sure. And a lot of that stuff's getting harder to find too. So, there's got to be a demand for it, and we try to help.
Well, let's go and check it out, everybody. We've been seeing parts for sale. We see the chassis. We've done so many shop tours. But let's have a look at the smaller pieces. It's with big pieces as well. I mean, we've got grills, and there is a chassis hanging at the top there.
Yep. That's a 30T chassis that we started manufacturing ourselves. And
oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but let's start right here from the beginning. What have you got?
Big old display of vintage air stuff. For kind of one of the bigger dealers in Arizona, just because it's hot out here and everybody needs it out in our weather. So.
Absolutely. And Vintage Air does awesome kits, but I noticed that you've got a lot of the smaller parts.
Yep. Do a lot of the small stuff, a lot of the fittings and vents, little odds and ends that people would need to complete their systems that, aren't readily available with a lot of the kits that they come with. So.
Love that. And if you need a fitting, see us at the counter. Tell me about that.
Yep. So we do all their line of fittings, all their different bends, their different styles of hose ends, all their hose as well.
Okay.
All the stuff you would need to kind of complete a system that you're doing.
Love that. Obviously, you guys are not just salespeople here. You are avid car guys.
Yep. We all have our own projects and, work on cars left and right, and have had experience doing a lot of that stuff. So.
Okay. Well, Brian is the owner. Hello, Brian, and thank you for allowing me in your shop. Tell us a little bit about him.
Brian's actually my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So he started about 32 years ago working here, and ended up buying the business about, I think, 8 or 9 years ago now. And he's just been a car guy for his whole life doing it. He's had a bunch of old cars over the years and bought and sold a bunch. And
nobody knows the value of the parts than an actual car guy.
Right. Yep.
That's why you've got such a big collection.
We do it when we use all the stuff that we have in store, and we've do that stuff because we've been there before and kind of have the knowledge of been there and done that type of thing. So.
Love that. Absolutely love that. All right, let's continue on and show people at home what they can get here at Vintage Parts of Arizona. Now, do you have a website as well?
Yep, we do. It's vintagepartsofarizona.com. A lot of that stuff's on our website. Don't have everything on there, but stuff that you don't see or can't find, just feel free to call us or shoot us an email. I'd be happy to see what we can do for you.
Awesome. Everybody, the details will be on the screen as well as the description as well, because I'm just going to show you as much as I can, but obviously there is so much to see here. Now, you've got a radiator.
Mm-hmm. That's like a 63 to 68 Impala from Champion Cooling. We do a lot of their stuff. Have a bunch of them for just about every GM make and model here, as well as some of the Fords. Kind of the popular ones we get a lot of call for. So.
Okay. And you've got brake cylinders.
Yep, a lot of CPP stuff. I do a lot of Willwood brake stuff too. Kind of a selection of that kind of stuff, and what I don't have, we can always get for you.
Okay. And of course, it doesn't just stop there. We've got nuts and bolts as well, because we know how specific those builds are, and
Yep.
each one have got such different sets with their different models.
For sure. Yeah, there's a big slew of cars and trucks out there, and not everything's the same, and y'all need their own little bits and pieces for them.
We always need lights. If there's one thing that's always broken on a project car, it is the lights.
Yep. Well, that's an easy one for people to upgrade to, or just put stock stuff back in just to freshen up the looks of a vehicle. I mean, that's kind of the first thing you see when you start looking at them. So
That's true. Wow, this is so cool. And like I said, there is grills here as well. But before that, we've got a toolbox.
a little cooler, like a little
A
ice
cooler.
chest type deal.
Not just about restoring, but accessorizing as well.
Yep.
This is a nice finished painted part.
Yep.
What is this?
Fender skirts for like a 62 Impala. Do a little kit, got your left and right skirts in there. It's got a little hardware kit and the gaskets for them.
Everything that you would need to get that put
basically
on.
put it on, yeah.
And these are the rubbers for the doors, or?
A lot of the door seals, windshield, back window rubbers, trunk seals.
Another part that is often needed to get new when restoring it, because they do get wear out a lot.
Yep.
There's door handles here
Yep.
as well.
Handles, hardware, bumpers for all the doors, the trunks. A lot of little small odds and ends that people kind of overlook when getting into the restoration side of things.
But this is such a big part of it, everybody. You know, it's all fair and well to get yourself a project car and know what engine you're using and what suspension, but then you got to get all these small pieces.
Oh yeah, yep. Yep, they definitely nickel and dime you for sure.
Yes. All right, let's have a look at the grills. Now, there are so many options out there these days where people can get custom grills made or even the actual grills repolished. But you're selling whole grills.
Yep. Yeah, complete ones. Do a lot of the early trucks, up into the square bodies, stock replacement stuff, to even custom grills. Just depends on what what the build needs.
Can you tell us some of the prices for these ones?
They kind of range, from the inserts, a couple $100 on up to $600-700 for complete outers and inners. Just kind of depends on the vehicle and the finish and what you're looking for.
Which is not bad priced at all, I must say, because if you do need to go out there and fix up your own grill, you could be looking well into the thousands.
Oh, for sure.
And then what have you got here?
A lot of the interior stuff. There's door latches, interior like sun visors, a lot of like the lock cylinders, a little small stuff, window components.
I like this so much. I mean, there is so many small pieces that you do need. And they're all right here in the one shop. And we're just only in the first aisle, everybody. This is pretty big.
Yeah. Yep. And this is just the GM side. A lot of Chevy truck stuff we do from like 47 to the late 80s for the square bodies, and a little bit of the GM car stuff.
And then on the other side is the Ford stuff.
Kind of the Ford stuff, hot rod stuff. Yep.
All right. My Ford crew, we will be checking out the other side as well. And what are some of these bigger pieces here?
A lot of replacement sheet metal stuff. You got battery trays. You got some rocker and like cab floor stuff. Braces for the floors. A lot of like hood hinges, some hardware.
I didn't even know there was such thing as a battery tray.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jake, I really didn't. Okay.
Yep, they always seem to be rusted out or rotted out from the battery acid and weather and all that stuff. So
I'm not up to that part in my truck, so if I'm not up to it, then I don't know about it.
You'll get there.
I'll get there. But let's continue on. And
cool.
As I'm doing that, I want to show the ceiling here. So these are radiator covers, I'm guessing, or the fans?
Fan shrouds, yeah.
Fan shrouds.
Got some for the C10s, a couple Camaro ones, a lot of the aluminum ones for the electric fans for some of the aftermarket radiators we do.
Okay. And then you've also got coilovers as well.
Coilovers, I do standard replacement coil springs, drop springs.
What's this?
Drop spindles for the C10s. Yep. Those are for like the 67 to 72 Chevy trucks to lower the front ends of those.
Oh God, the ball joints. These things are all sold separately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we know Classic Instruments do some awesome gauges. Now, do you sell the gauges or just the cases?
I do a lot of the bezels to replace that because when you're doing gauges, you want the bezel to look just as nice. I do a lot of the Classic Instrument gauges and also some Dakota Digital stuff too. Just depends on that look everybody's going for. So.
Absolutely. You know, another reason you might want to come over here and stop is just to see the stuff in person. Because so many of these places, people check online and they just order it.
Oh yeah.
I'm a person who likes to see things and like touch it and.
Yep. That's kind of the big thing. If it's out in front of you, you can touch it, feel it, make sure you're getting what you need, and
exactly.
And get on with it.
And then you've got the actual fans here as well.
Yep. A lot of the regular engine cooling fans, the mechanical fans, electric fans. Kind of just depends on how you're getting everything set up.
Have you guys always been here in Phoenix?
Yep. We started in 1974. Up until now. This building we're in, we built back in '99, so been in this location for a while. And then from before that was we had an older building out in front. So.
And I guess in your experience, as you have seen the truck industry especially just grow and explode, and you would have had to have more demand for parts.
For sure, yeah. The C10 stuff and just trucks in general have exploded here, especially out in Arizona.
Oh yes.
And yeah, we've just been slowly building that line over the years and offering more parts and better ways to service the people in the valley.
Love that. Not everybody can go and get kits, and sometimes it's nice just to restore what you have and then find those small missing pieces. Now we've got more brakes here. What's this?
That's a brake and clutch pedal assembly for a lot of the hot rods and people upgrading stock chassis and stuff.
Okay. Do you make the parts, or are you a distributor?
Mostly a distributor. Yeah, we do our 32 chassis stuff. That's kind of specific to that, but a lot of the other stuff we would resell from a different vendor.
Okay. Now, see, this 32 chassis. This is what you guys have made and you're selling.
Yep, that's one that we have made. We've worked closely with a local shop here in town that we've designed and built all the fixtures and all that for a new 1932 Ford chassis. So.
It's well done.
Yeah. Yep. Fully TIG welded. Set up for whatever engine you're running. Small block Ford, Chevy, big block LS, all the popular ones, and whatever transmission combo you're looking for.
Nice. And then you've got the arms here as well.
Yep. Kind of all the small components to go onto it, from front axles to rear ends, kind of everything in between to make it a roller. So.
And then you've got some Ford 9-inch rear ends.
Yep. You can get all sorts of different rear ends made. These ones are custom made for the chassis, but we can get blanks or specific ones designed for certain vehicles.
Talk to me about interiors. I mean, why we've got so many satchels here?
Those are all color swatches for carpet kits for certain vehicles. We do auto custom carpet quite a bit, and they make just about every carpet for every vehicle and just about every color combo. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't just stop at the hardware.
Right,
Getting inside as well.
Yep.
Okay. Interiors is one of the parts. It's very expensive.
Right.
And it can get expensive. And some people just want to drive the truck, just have things looking neat.
Yeah.
Here's a great option, everyone. And how long would it take for you guys?
Usually a week to 2 weeks. They typically mold the carpets when we order them in what color you're looking for, and then, you know, a couple days to ship here.
So what about seats?
Upholstery, not so much, but I can get like TMI and a bunch of stock replacement interiors. Just kind of depends on what you're looking for.
So in a nutshell, Jake, they just got to give you a call if they need something.
Yep.
Oh man, this is so cool. Got rack and pinions as well. And then again, stuff I'm really digging is the smaller parts. And not just that, everything is just labeled so well.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what it is, and especially if you're starting out, because you could go, you know, to the other auto parts stores, and you'd be looking on Google trying to figure out which one is it, how big was that, the width of it, but everything is labeled, so you just love that.
Try to make it as transparent as it can be, and you know, when you go and look at something and it's in a box, you kind of don't know what it is, and you don't feel like buying it. So it's kind of nice to have everything out in the open, and you can touch and feel it and figure out what you need.
Now, this building is big from the outside, but I feel like it stops short. Is there anything happening on the other side?
We got like our shipping department in the back there. We got a little office, and you know, all the bills.
You don't have any personal cars that I can go in?
Oh yeah, we have
You do have cars?
We have a whole couple buildings out back with cars and projects, and a lot of the big sheet metal and bumpers and all the big stuff's outside. Yeah.
Am I going to get a chance to go there?
Yeah, we'll go. Okay. We'll go look. Definitely.
As soon as I'm hearing that, I'm like, okay, I would love to see that, especially if you've got projects.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, we love projects.
Small part is inside, so all the.
Well, we were at the C10 farm, the world famous C10 farm recently, so
cool.
Always excited to see the projects. And what better place, because then you can see it. I'm guessing you would collect parts as well. And would you fix parts, like clean it up and polish it at all?
We used to do a lot of that stuff, not so much anymore, just with all the reproduction stuff that we can get our hands on. But you know, back before a lot of this stuff was done, we'd buy up old cars or stuff going to the crusher, and we'd you know, resell all the good stuff off of it.
But you're so busy now, so that makes sense.
Yep.
And not only that, check this out. Get your merch, everybody. Again, everything is available online. So we're getting into the Fords now?
Yep, into the Ford stuff. We just passed some of the hot rod stuff. It's a lot of the early Ford original stuff, and a lot of the Ford truck stuff.
You know, so many people who are restoring the F100s and even the 70s trucks, the Ford trucks, and everyone's always looking for something, at least according to my experience on Facebook and on the groups. People are always looking, or they're taking pictures and saying, where is this, what is this little part, and I need it.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy how much the C10 stuff's blown up, but the Ford stuff is rearing right behind it.
Absolutely. I don't see a difference in the demand. I mean, I know so many hardcore, you know, Ford followers, and as well as with the Chevys.
For sure.
Now, these are carburetor covers?
Yeah, air cleaners. We got different sizes, different elements, mostly for the 4 barrels. We got some adapters for the 2 barrel stuff.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty neat. Got some little louvers in it.
And this one's only $70, everybody. It's nice, it's clean, it's polished. You put that under a patina hood. It's really going to make it pop, right?
Definitely.
Some valve covers as well. Okay, are these bumpers?
Those would be like the valances, like the sheet metal for like the front end and rear end of like a Mustang, early generation Mustang. And then we do the bumpers for them as well. Yeah.
A lot of different light options. You know, people out there do collect the old magazines.
Oh yeah, yep, that's for sure.
Check this out. How do you guys still get your hands on these?
There's surprisingly enough still people that make a lot of that. So do a lot of the reselling of different books, a lot of how-to stuff, different manuals. And then every now and then we'll come across stacks of just old, hot rod magazines and all the old memorabilia type stuff too.
My biggest lifesaver was definitely having my GM manual
Nice.
for my truck, so they're very handy.
They are very handy.
You've got a tank as well, a fuel tank. So this is the Mustang's fuel tank. And I'm going to be there's no price.
Be right there. This is like a 6970 Mustang, but set it for fuel injection. This is about 320 on something like that, plus the fuel pump and sending unit, depending on what you're running for gauges.
And that all comes included with that price?
That would be just for the tank. Everything
Okay.
else would be on top of that. But
Fair enough.
figure you're going to spend about $600 to $700 or so for like an injection style.
For a fuel injection
tank.
equipped, yeah.
Yep. Stock tanks, usually a couple $100.
It's nice because, you got to go with what the market wants
Yeah.
and what's happening in demand.
Yep.
So
You'd be surprised how many people are, keeping them stock, and all the other guys that are not. So.
yep, we see them all on the channel.
Oh yeah.
And yep, you do have the bumpers here as well. All right, there's a lot of parts here, everybody. There's a lot of bolts and big parts as well. I want to go check out the back.
Yeah.
Let's
do
go.
it. Got a few cars for sale up there, a couple personal cars.
Okay, we love cars for sale, and more than that, we love classic cars for sale.
Oh yeah.
So let's come over here all the way to a very, very early F1. Can I still call this an F1 or no?
I think they would just classify it as like a
It's a
Ford
38,
truck.
yep.
Yep, 38. This is actually like one of the bigger trucks. I think it's like a 3/4 or 1 ton truck, but.
Now the 38, everybody at home looking at this, it's listed for $4,500, and that's the whole truck. So I'm going to emphasize this, and not to mention the fact that we are in Arizona, which means rust is minimal. Great project. And then you've got something a lot more later. Suburban here, 98 for $11,500. Lots of new parts in that. So you just got to give Jake a call if anything you see here. Now this is $32,500, so it's a gasser I'm looking at.
Yep. It's a 52 Chevy. It's got a big block in it, built for all 80 and a 9-inch out back. It's a pretty fun car.
And because it's had those upgrades, that price is $32,500. Call these guys here and ask for Dave, but that's pretty cool. And of course, we love the C10s. Now it looks like you've got a 72 here.
Yep, 72 C10. It's a long bed, kind of an old shop truck.
This is the project that I started mine.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
and
great
it's the
trucks.
Cheyenne as well.
Yeah, this one's fun. This is the boss's. He drives around and picks up parts in it and takes our chassis around from the builder and just has a good old time cruising.
Well, Brian, you get 2 thumbs up for not chopping the bed.
Yeah.
And of course, all the inside is done. Brian's truck is not for sale, everybody. All right, where are we going? Wow, okay.
Run out back, yeah.
I get distracted by looking at the cars here, but check out my view now. I knew there was more here, okay?
Oh yeah.
Wow, this is insane, Jake. I had no idea about this place.
It's pretty neat. We've been doing it a little while, so we've collected some stuff over the years, and it's always fun
Is
to come
there
out
an
here and
actual
look around.
rooster over there?
Yeah, I think in the trailer park next door.
Cool, cool.
It's always exciting, the sound you hear from that place.
You always know when there's a city girl in town. I love it. Okay, so we do have some bigger parts here.
Yep. Got some cabs, beds, fenders, doors, just all old stuff that's been parted out over the years and for sale if people are looking for that kind of stuff. Old iron and...
Man, I'm going to have to keep this in mind, and you too as well at home, because if you're looking for parts and stuff, nothing beats the Arizona weather.
Yeah, yep. A lot of our stuff's less rust than a lot of other places, but you never know what you're going to find.
Absolutely. Now we still have got 2 big garages and more cars. Are these cars for sale?
These ones are, yep.
Let's have a look. So we've got the Mustang here, 13,500, 68. So it's okay. So it's got the serpentine belt system,
Yep.
headers, Woolwood brakes all around.
It's got a few options there. One that Brian brought in not too long ago to flip. Be a good project for someone to start with.
Have a look at the prices here, everybody, and then compare it to some of the showrooms that we have been to. And you make the decision, but it's always nice to see people who just collect.
Turn that down.
And then seeing some of the classics that's for sale by shops where they only have got a few, but then you might really get yourself a good deal. Is this an Oldsmobile?
Yeah, a little Cutlass. Yep.
Okay, then we've got more of a finished Ford sedan, can I call it, or?
36 two-door sedan, yep. And just kind of a body on chassis. It'd be a good start for someone.
At $6,500, I mean, that paint's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad at all. All right, let's be nosy and we'll see what you've got here on the lifts.
Yeah.
And so I noticed a lot of newer parts, obviously, inside the shop.
Yep.
And then you've got, I mean, should I call them second-hand parts or something? Obviously,
Yep.
there is options for people to meet their budget.
Yeah, for sure.
So these would obviously be cheaper than what you've got there in the shop.
Definitely. You know, a lot more work need to be done to make them usable again, but definitely an option if you're thrifty and know how to do that.
There you go. And these are also on the website?
No, the used stuff's not going to be on the site, but if you're looking for stuff, definitely give us a call and we can see if we can help you out.
There you go, everybody. I know so many of you I have met at the swap meets and you're out there looking. Give these guys a call because they might just have something. And like I said, not everything is going to be, as Jake was telling us, displayed on the website.
Correct.
You weren't kidding about your shipping department, isn't it?
This is the shipping department's inside, but a lot of this is the bigger inventory that we keep back here.
So that means that people will not be waiting for parts because there's a lot of stuff here. Yeah. What is the turnaround time?
If we got in stock typically the next day, we have that stuff sent out. So, but if we got to order, it could be a week, 2 turnaround. Just depends on where it's coming from.
Nice. And not just that, you've got the windshields.
Yep, carry a lot of glass, a lot of windshields, back windows, door glass, vent glass. A lot of the popular ones, you know, a lot of the Chevy trucks, Ford trucks.
Then you've got a Roadster just sitting here.
Yep, that's a Brookville 32 Roadster. Yep.
You never know what you're going to find, right?
Right. Then up above is one of the new United Pacific 32 5-window bodies.
Where are they based out of?
They're out of California, I think Huntington Beach area.
And these are those 32 Ford chassis that you guys make?
Correct. Yep.
Plenty in stock, everybody.
Yep.
Bronco.
Yeah, that's Dennis Carpenter's brand new Bronco body that they reproduce now.
That is interesting. Do we know the price of it?
That one's actually sold, but the bodies are right around, I think, 20 grand to start for a brand new first generation Bronco body.
Do they come painted?
Just like that. No paint. Just you know, a couple parts are primered or in like zinc plated.
The Broncos are very popular, and they're not cheap. So if you can get a whole entire body for $20,000, that's a pretty good start.
Yeah. And the Broncos have gotten so expensive anymore to buy. I mean, by the time you bought one and, you know, fixed all the rust that's in them or did all the body work, it's sometimes cheaper just to start fresh.
Oh, absolutely. The 60s and early 70s Broncos, I mean, those prices, we've seen them, that if they're not fully restored, you're looking at $70,000. And then the fully really nice ones, as we saw in Velocity, is well into closer to $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can get a body, that's pretty neat.
Yep.
It's my 2 cents, okay? I'm not paid by anybody to come and say this, but that's a pretty cool deal just from my experience, everybody. All right, well, you had something else here on the left.
Yeah, so that's 66 El Camino sitting up there. That's our lady in the office. This is a project that they started on.
And it's coming here to get fixed? Or?
No, we got it here. They got the engine running, and it's something they're going to take home at some point to start a little restoration on. So.
Okay, nice. But I gotta say, it's not as nice as this.
This one's pretty neat. This is Brian's Model A that's been in his family, was his dad's, and his dad's dad restored it back in the, I think, 60s or 70s and handed it down to him. And it's just an old stock Model A that's been kept alive and runs and dries and puts around in it from time to time.
Love that. I do like the Model A's, everybody. So much room, yet you've still got yourself a vintage car. Love how clean those dashes were even back then. That's pretty cool. Well, Brian sounds like a swell guy and he's got good taste.
He does.
I haven't met him.
For sure.
This is so cool. Vintage parts of Arizona, everybody. I mean, check it out. You got to check out the website. And if you're ever in Arizona, you got to come over here and check it out for yourself, because there's so much stuff you could just, scout through yourself that's not going to be on the website. I mean,
Oh yeah.
what have you got here?
Just some old stuff hanging around. An old differential someone turned into a kind of a scary buffing machine. And just some old oil pumps and coolers and just neat old stuff. You've been around long enough and you start collecting things, and kind of adds to the ambience of it all.
Do you have any equipment, tools?
Not here. No, we all do at home, but not nothing to work on cars.
People are
here.
always looking for those older tools, aren't they?
Yep, for sure.
The shops.
Yep.
Nah, this is super neat. I am so happy that I stopped by.
Heck yeah, very cool.
Wow, this is super neat. Love it. Hey, Jake, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate your
Coming by.
time.
No, that's super cool.
Thank you. Peace, everybody. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so. It's bringing out everything that is classic cars and hot rods to your screen at home.